you today. As I'm sure most of you know by now, Tony at Crafty by Tony and Margaret at Seven Plaza are hosting a collaboration for April called ABC April 2025. I will leave links to both of the ladies' channels in the description box below, and you can go and get all of the information from their channels. But basically, each day they have allocated a letter apart from Sundays, and we're to craft something beginning with that letter on that day. So they have also included, I seem to have 2 pages here. They have included a prompts list in case you need a little bit of help trying to come up with some ideas, but you're not limited to these. You can use whatever you like as long as it starts with that letter. So I decided I wanted to jump in and have a go as well. And I decided that for A, I was going to make alphabet charms. So I have created these, and I was a little bit cheeky. I have used the letters from the prompts sheet to make my little charms. So I'm going to show you how I've made these. Now I've used chipboard that I've cut on the laser, and I know a lot of people won't have access to that, but I will give you some alternatives on how you can use it, how you can make some using things that you might have at home. So basically I took this sheet and I selected some distress ink. Now I've used distress ink and not distress oxide, and I've done that purposely because oxide is a bit more of a pigment ink, so it will have the ability to cover up the letter, and I wanted the letter to be able to be visible through the ink. So the distress ink has that more see-through ability. So I went along, picked some colours, which you can see here, and I've just added them to the sheet that I printed on 120 GSM paper, and this is like a digital presentation paper. So I've left one so I can show you exactly how I did it. So basically I just picked ink colours that I liked, and I'm covered in ink, so sorry about that. And then I've just added some of the ink using a blending brush over the top of the letter, like that. Now, as I mentioned, I've cut out specific shapes for me to use on the laser, and I've cut these out of chipboard. Now, if you don't have chipboard at home, you could use a circle punch and just some heavy cardstock. If you don't have a circle punch, you don't have to do circles, you could just do squares, and you could cut those out quite easily by hand. So let's actually have a look here. This one is just plain copy paper here, but just for demonstration purposes, we'll go with this. So I'm just adding some ink to colour it in. And if you don't have punches, you can just use a pair of scissors or a ruler and a knife. If you've got other shaped punches, you might want to give those a try as well. But I would basically just cut it out, and then I would try and get it somewhat even around the edges. Now I'm actually trying to get the letter in the centre, not all of the sort of filigree work around the edges as well. Worst square ever. This is why I use the laser end punches, because I can't cut a straight line to save myself. Alright, so we'll pretend that's straight, so then you could have the same sort of effect using just a ruler and a knife and maybe measure it so yours is nice and straight. If you wanted it to have a frame around the edge, you could cut a different coloured piece of cardstock, or even if you've got white, just use a different coloured ink and make it just a little bit bigger all the way around, and then you would have that sort of framed look as well. So that's just an idea if you don't have punches and things like that available to you. Going back here, now I have coloured the base of my chipboard to match the background of my letter, because I have cut the bases slightly larger than the punch that I'm using to cut out the letters. So I'm just going to take my chipboard, I'm actually just going to stick a little bit of blue tack on the back and then rub it in my ink pad, and that will coat that for me. Okay, so not sure if you can see, but I've already inked up all these other letters here, all these other bases here in matching colours to what I've got here. And I've got here a little circle punch. Now, I had wanted one slightly bigger, but the next biggest one I have was 1 inch, and that was way too big for what I wanted. So this is going to have to do. And I need to cut pretty close to the letters because this punch does not let me push the paper in very far. So I'm just going to go along with my circle punch now and eyeball my letter to be roughly in the middle and then just punch it out. Okay, so once I've punched out all of my letters, and if you're using just cardstock, you've got all your letters cut out in little squares, I now want to attach them onto my bases, and I'm just going to use a little tiny bit of glue stick to attach them to the base. And I'll need my tweezers. Now I find it easier, this glue is almost at the very end, so it's probably going to come out. I find it easier to just pop a little blob of glue on my base, and then I can pick up my letter and my tweezers, and I can use that to centralise the letter a bit better. Now I have resined my letters, so they've got like a nice shiny dome. Again, not important, you don't have to do it. If you want to, you could just put a coat of PVA glue if you want to shine or something without using resin. Or you can just leave them with nothing on the top at all, and they look perfectly fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach all of my letters to my bases now. So I've got all my letters glued down to my bases, and I have these little frames that I'm going to pop over the top like this. But as I mentioned for this one, if you wanted to have a frame around the edge, you could just cut a different coloured piece of card or paper. So I've just got a piece of dyed cardstock here, and what I would do, this is too flimsy, this is only copyweight paper, so you need something with a little bit more substance. And we're going to pretend that I can cut a square. And I would go ahead and glue this onto my paper. Again, pretending that it was even all the way around. And then you could cut out around the edge, so it would give you the illusion that you've got a frame around the edge. But I'm using these frames. Now I have coloured these with just some black archival ink, and to attach them I'm just going to use some art glitter glue. Now, my glue is on its last legs, so I'm just going to undo it. Hopefully not spill it everywhere. Actually, I'll just tip a little bit out, I think. And I'm just going to use my finger to dab a little bit of glue around the edge, and then using the little loop that I've created at the top, I can use that to line up my base and my frame. So I'll just attach each one of these frames. So at this point you could just be done with the charms. For this square one you would probably need to punch a little hole in the top, and then you could just attach them with a bowl pin. Now I did coat my other ones with resin, so I'm going to do the same with these. I will show you how I did it for one of them, and then I will come back and show you the results when they are finished. So I'm using a UV resin. not all resins are created equally, so some will dry faster than others. Some also will have a much stronger odour than others, and if you are using resin, I recommend that you do it in a well ventilated area, and if you are going to be getting it on your fingers, then you probably want to wear gloves as well. But for this job, I will fairly sure I can keep it away from my fingers. And I'm just going to apply some into the middle of my charm, and it'll be quite domed, but it will run to the edges and flatten itself out. So hopefully you can see that there. So I'm just helping the resin make it all the way to the edge of the charm with the pin. So I will just fill up the rest of these. So once I have the UV resin domed over my charms, I'm going to take this thing. This is actually like for nails, and I really like this one because I can take the top off and I can just sit it straight over the top of my charms, making sure I'm not touching anything, and turn it on, and it just emits UV light which will cure the resin. Now, as I said before, not all resins are created equal. Some will cure really quick. This one cures fairly quick, but even when I think it's dry, I like to give it just that little bit longer so you get that nice sort of glassy finish. So I'm just going to let this cure, and I will come back and show you the finished result.
3 minutes later.
Okay, so they are all dry now. You can see they've got a lovely domed glossy finish on those. So hopefully you'll be able to see these as well. Now they are looking a lot darker on my camera than what they are in real life, so we'll take some photos at the end to give you a better close-up view of those. So that was really fun, and I think it's probably a little bit cheaty using the prompt sheet for the alphabet, but these are my alphabet charms. So I will leave links in the description box below to both Margaret and Tony's channels, so you can come along and join in on the fun. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you again next time. Bye.